Hello, it's BrickBros UK and we've decided to create another Star Wars multi-build, and this time we've used two of the First Order Transport Speeder Battle Pack 75166, which we know is a combination lots of you guys have requested. So it's great to have it finished because we've managed to make the multi-build we're calling the Operations Chamber, which is where top officers can plan invasions and tactics for the battlefield. So if you have two of these battle packs like us, you can follow our step-by-step build tutorial at the end to make it, but first let's review this Operations Chamber. And starting off, we did end up with these 4 stud shooters after the build, which you could always add in or maybe use on other vehicles, but it's up to you. Now before we check out the build, first we need to show you the upgrades we've made on 2 of the First Order Stormtroopers, because we've armed both of them with one of these long electro staffs and modified their shields by attaching a grill piece at the top to give it more armor. So we've basically turned these guys into the guards for the chamber because they have a grander look, but also carry the right weapons and have the authority to stop any unwanted guests getting into the chamber. Moving on though, this is the Operations Chamber build that nicely converts your 2 transport speeders into a useful room for the First Order that could be added to a base or bunker to kit out the inside with a higher ranks area. So at the front we made use of the other 2 riot control shields by clipping them to the sides of the entrance to give it a First Order feel. There's also steps that lead inside, and this entrance is the perfect place to position the guards to keep watch. Looking inside, there's a black command deck with the grey operations table taking centre stage in the middle, which you might have noticed has trans red and blue studs on top that may seem out of place, but we put them on the table to represent holograms of enemy and friendly units on the battlefield. So when you place in the officers, they can control and move their units in battle, plus watch the enemies. On the left side we built in a little computer for troopers on this stand, and above we attached these movable communications antennas as an extra feature for show. Then as a handy storage solution on the other side we created a weapons rack for spare stud shooters that can be clipped to the sides when they're not in use. Swiveling round to the right side here, we designed a grey command desk that looks quite good with all the grill parts breaking up the plain texture, and for buttons we added red lights with a control panel. Then on top, to simply make the desk computer screens, we just clipped on the angle clear window pieces which work well as screens because the troopers can look at them when they use the command desk. So it's a nice extra place to put spare troopers in a scene or for play to make it look like they're hard at work. And that's pretty much everything in the Operations Chamber. On a final note, our LEGO Star Wars Operations Chamber multi-build is probably not the build you expected us to create from 2 transport speeders, but we feel this fresh idea would make a nice addition to your First Order collection because it gives you an Operations Chamber where your officers and higher rank minifigures can hang out and make use of the hologram table and computers. On the downside though, it does lack walls with maybe extra details, but with the limited pieces we feel we did a good job. Plus you can also build the 2 First Order guards that have these awesome electro staffs that look pretty cool and should be fun to use in battle on the Resistance. So if you want to make this Operations Chamber, grab your 2 First Order Transport Speeder Battle Packs and start the step-by-step build tutorial. And that's the finished build, so now you can enjoy the operations chamber, or maybe you've taken inspiration from the build to make something more awesome. Hope you enjoyed a Brick Bros UK multi-build, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Brick Bros UK.